Welcome to Simulated Erk Euro Truck Simulator 2, and on episode 2 we're going to start our journey from Edinburgh, and we're going to head to Aberdeen, and we're going to be conveying a 11-ton reservoir tank. So let's take this job and get on with it. So here we go, so we'll turn our lights on for safety, and then we'll have a look at our load. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, which I'm sure somebody will tell me eventually. The sun's over there. So there's our load, a reservoir tank. This must be summertime because it's 8:15 at night game time, and it's still sunny as, bro. No one there, no one there. Let's do it. Now, if you want to actually watch someone who knows what he's doing with Euro Truck and can drive very well, unlike me, check out Squirrel. He was the one that I found that I might want to try Euro Truck Simulator 2, and he's got so many videos on his channel. He's, the guy is amazing. So have a look at Squirrel, one of my inspirations when it comes to what games etc. to play. And of course you can find all the games that I've played and the ones that I've got on my list that I haven't started yet at simulatederk.com. We're going to Aberdeen. Thank you, buddy. Shouldn't have really let me out there, but he did, so thank you, mate. Fellow truckie. As I said, I'm still not quite used to the positioning of these cameras yet. I know I have to look to the left, but it's just a case of sometimes getting the camera to look in the direction that I want to. Oh, look, there's a hot air balloon up there. So we're going to take the Aberdeen exit in a minute. And sometimes if you miss your exit, especially if you're going onto another motorway, you've got quite a trip to backtrack or to otherwise make yourself go in the right direction. It's not as if you just took a wrong turn in the middle of the suburbia and you can just go around the block and start again, and then of course you're in a truck. So there's a lot of things you can't do in a truck that you could possibly get away with in a car. You can see our tank in the background, in the mirror on the left hand side. Probably will need to get fuel at some point, but not just yet. I must remember to point out that there may be some people who are watching my videos for the first time, and I must point out that I've never driven a large truck like this in my life. I drive things that are usually on rails. Although a lot of you who are watching probably know that already. There's a huge range of videos, and I'll be recording some more soon. Like if you like motorsports, there's a few. If you like trains, there's lots. Need to get into Fern Bus again. Hopefully since the time I haven't been playing it, they've made some improvements. Okay, what's his sign coming up here? Aberdeen, okay. And the good thing about a game compared to real life is if you need to use the conveniences, you can stop and use the conveniences. Unlike if you were driving a truck and you'd have to find a service station or something like that. If I need a service station, yeah, I've still got a little bit of fuel and I've got 86 miles to go, but if I see a service station, I probably shouldn't risk it. And it's nearly 10 p.m. and look at it. It's obviously summer. Look at the outside there. It looks spectacular. It says it will arrive just after midnight. There's a survey coming up on my map. It's probably still got plenty of fuel in the tank, but I just don't want to risk it. That's what I didn't do last time. I didn't turn on my headlights after I turned my ignition off. It's not as if the fuel is coming out of my pocket anyway. amazing. It really does feel like you're going down a hill and up a hill. And you can also understand how repetitive for truck drivers it would be. Like, yeah, sure, you can look out the window and everything, but you know, you've got a massive load behind you, you've got to concentrate, you've got to drive, and plus you've got all these weird and wonderful hours that you're driving, and then you've got other cars, you've got deadlines, you've got to navigate. Maybe trucking companies should use a game like this and say, okay, how do you cope? How do you cope on Trucking Simulator? And if you can't hack it on a trucking simulator, well, you probably can't hack the real thing. It's like a way of weeding people out, I guess. That isn't something just like a written test. It's, you know, some people could find it fun. I find this fun, but I necessarily wouldn't want to be a truck driver in my real life. So they could give me this test and I could go, yeah, this is awesome, this is great, I'd love to do it, but really I wouldn't. As I think I mentioned in the previous episode, I've never driven a truck this size. I've got no desire to drive a truck this size. So driving something like this in a game, in a simulator, is fine enough for me. You know, and I'm lucky that this process is sped up. It's not in real time. Oh, easy, buddy. It's nearly 11:30 at night and it's not pitch black. I can imagine this is what it would be like in summer. I wonder if you can drive to Norway, somewhere like Norway, or because Norway is in Europe after all. Be cool. I have to have a look at that when we go back to Amsterdam or somewhere like Amsterdam, because I could see that we could drive to Brussels. That'd be cool if you could drive to somewhere like Norway or Sweden. Although I did notice, I think in some of the achievements, like there's a Scandinavian DLC that you can get. So it may be possible, but not necessarily on the base game that I've got, because I've just got the base Euro Truck Simulator 2 with no DLC. Downloaded content, just in case you're not aware of what a DLC is. It's 10 to midnight and the sun's only just disappearing now. Sometimes the dynamics. Where are we? Whoops. Oops. Stupid me hit pressing the wrong joystick. And I was so close. And we're in Aberdeen. Now I might have caught a train for Aberdeen, but that's about it, so I can't say how correct the scenery is. Speeding, oh no. Scania truck dealer discovered. Should be near the end of the straight. I have discovered a recruitment agency. Good for me. God, you don't actually have to drive into them to discover them, you can just drive past them. And I think you can turn those nav aids off. There it is. Stokes. I'm in a hurry. Yes, I am. Okay, so we're in Aberdeen. Let's see where we can go now. Okay, 4 panels back to Edinburgh, 4 panels back to Edinburgh, lumber back to Edinburgh, flour back to Edinburgh, peas back to Edinburgh, logs to Glasgow, a ventilation shaft to Glasgow, yes, let's do that. Oh, we're in Scania. Let's have a look at the truck, shall we? Can't really see much at the moment. Okay, let's go. Wasn't much turnaround from when I first got there, so straight through the roundabout. Would be interesting to see the American version of this. There's a Scania dealer that I drove past earlier. Wrong joystick again. I'm stuck on the concrete wall. Oops. So 3 hours in game time to go. Car's getting sick of staying behind me, and I don't blame him, even though I'm doing close to the speed limit. Some people don't like sitting behind trucks. So driving one of these, oh, for crying out loud, driving one of these simulators can make you realise how easy it is for a truck to have an accident, either their fault or not. I've only just noticed in this particular truck at least that the fuel gauge tells me how many miles I can expect before I run out of fuel. And it's telling me 990 miles, and I've only got 88 to go, so there's no need for fuel. I've never actually had a car which tells me that. I've got a car that's like 10 years old. But that particular model, it's probably standard now, but it wasn't standard on the car that I got, the entry model, so. And that was a $40,000 car at the time. Pull into the servo here and just let the traffic behind me go. Sometimes that's a good thing in this situation because there's a lot of windy roads, not a lot of places you could overtake. To be a good citizen on the road, especially if you've got a few cars behind you, you can pull over into a thing like a service station and just let the traffic pass you and Another thing I like about these trucks and this mode is the gears are automatic, so you don't have to worry about it. It took me many years to actually drive a manual car. I was late 20s, I think, by the time I got my by the time I drove a manual for the first time, and I didn't know how to drive it, so I got my mum to teach me. And she got frustrated with me in the end, so she said, just go out and do it yourself. Going to Glasgow, that's right. I had to remember where I was going for a minute. Now that's deceptive because you've got a sign that says Glasgow straight ahead. So you think you've got to, if you don't know the area and if you can't see the sat nav in front of you, you think, oh yeah, you've got a long way to go, and then here's the intersection. I get the feeling I've been here before. It's 2:30 in the morning, it looks like the sun's coming up again. Glasgow, centre lane. I'm on the A9, which is funny because the A9's only a block from my house. The Sydney A9, that is. Oh, now we're on the M9. Now we're on the M80. And we haven't even changed roads though. Like, I'm not expecting it to be 100% accurate, that's just weird. Glasgow, we're gonna get off here. Is that a... Oh, it's the end of the motorway, so I'm not thinking, is that a rest stop? We're 9 minutes away in game time now from our destination. Hope you're enjoying Euro Truck Simulator 2, Glasgow, coming up. Glasgow discovered, and I have been to Glasgow. And if you've ever seen the movie World War Z, or World War Z if you're American, starring Brad Pitt, I was actually in Glasgow for the very last day of location shooting of that particular movie. Not that I've ever seen it. I just haven't got around to seeing it yet. I'm gonna get stuck again. Because strictly speaking, I should be making a turn from out here. So you're gonna run into me, that guy? Also helps in this game if you remember the company that you're delivering to. And here we are. Actually, what I should do before I get here is get a photo of the truck. Three hours and 45 minutes to drive 147 miles. So let's have a look at our next series of jobs. We're in Glasgow. So let's have a look. Amsterdam, Edinburgh, Felixton, Glasgow. So we can take some maple syrup back to Aberdeen, a reservoir tank to Carlisle, some precast stairs to Carlisle, some sand to Carlisle, a reservoir tank to Carlisle, peas to Carlisle. So it looks like we might be heading to Carlisle in the next episode. Because one thing about places like Glasgow, you're not necessarily going to places like Amsterdam. Let's not do that now. We'll see you on the next episode where we go from Glasgow, probably to Carlisle. I'm Simulated Erk. Don't forget to stay on the right side of the road and watch out for trucks.